Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel, and once again it is this time of week I'm going to be going over my weekly tips. This week it is going to be my round 13 AFL tips for the 2021 season. I hope you all enjoy, and we do have some good ripping games to tip for this round, but obviously before we go through the tips for this round, we'll go over my tips from last round and see how I did in those. So we'll get straight into it. So as you can see, there was only 6 games this round because of the buys, but 4 out of 6 got the majority of them correct. So not a bad round of tipping, and I got 2 tips wrong that if I thought a bit harder about, I reckon I would have got them spot on. So we'll go through them. I got Melbourne versus Brisbane wrong. I got it correct, but the margin was just a bit off. I tipped the D's by 16, and they won it by 22. I was hoping in the end there, maybe the Lions were going to sneak back with the goal, so then I could get my tip exact. And they did have a few chances, the Lions, to score a goal for me, but they didn't do that. But nonetheless, still got the first tip correct of the round. Then it was Sydney and St Kilda. Sydney just scraped home in a win. Jack Higgins had so many opportunities to win the game for the Saints in the last 5 minutes of the game, but luckily the Swans just got it done for my tip. But the Saints did play a good brand of footy against a pretty good team this year as well. So yeah, got the first 2 correct. Always good to start off the round with just 1 tip correct, let alone 2. So done pretty well. And then this is where we start to get the tips incorrect. I tipped Adelaide to beat Collingwood at Adelaide Oval, and Collingwood got it done in a 5-point thriller. I thought the Crows were going to go coast to coast and win it again in an absolute thriller like they did against the D's. That was not the case, and they lost it by 5 points, but well-deserved win for the Pies. I didn't think they were capable of this, and the Crows slipped down to bottom 4, which is crazy to think about. They bet the Cats this year. They've been an alright team as well all around so far this season, the Crows. But yeah, Collingwood, much deserved win. Jamie Elliott, absolute star he is. He kicked 4 goals in the first quarter, ended up having a career high 6. But yeah, good stuff from the Pies, well-deserved win. And then it was dream time in Perth. I tipped Essendon basically just because they were coming off the win against West Coast, and yeah, I thought they played such a good brand of footy against the Eagles, so I thought they could bring that over to the next week and beat the Tigers. But however, they were up by 3 points, and then 40 minutes later they were down by 40 points. So yeah, look, the Bombers did have a big chance, and they were looking very likely through that last quarter when they kicked about 4 in a row and hit the front. It was a bloody good game, I'll tell you that much, and 39 points I think should have been more about 15 to 20 points, if I'm going to be completely honest. And then the last 2 games of the round, West Coast and Carlton. Liam Ryan back at it again, taking screamers. Got the first one correct for the Sunday game. Tipped the Eagles to beat the Blues, and that is what happened at the neutral venue in Sydney. And then I tipped the Doggies to beat Freo, and bit devastated because we were really in this game. We were never out of it until the last quarter. The Dogs just ran away with it. But yeah, nonetheless, still got my tip right, so not too angry about that game. And now let's head on to the round 13 games. We got some bloody rippers this week, I'll tell you that. And this week there's only 4 buys because they sneaked forward a Sunday night game, West Coast Richmond. So only 4 buys this week, so video should be back on track to around the normal duration. So starting off the round, Thursday, 10th of June, Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide versus the Cats. Big game. They took on each other in the first week of finals last year, and they are 2 of the best sides in the league. Geelong are 3rd, Port are 5th. Port have home ground advantage, so I'm probably going to have to tip Port. I always hate when the margin pops up for these ripping games because you never know. Like with such even games like this one, you have no idea who's going to win by how much, let alone who's going to win. You have no idea what the margin's going to be. But I will tip the power by let's say 2 goals. I'll tip them by 12 points, and hopefully they can get it done for my tip. And then Friday, 11th of June, 7:50 p.m. at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Both of these teams coming off some pretty shocking form, but I always love the Swans and the Hawks going head-to-head. And being on a Friday night is going to be spectacular to watch. Obviously, they always used to meet each other in finals games back around 6 to 7 years ago. But yeah, I reckon the Sydney Swans should get this done in a Friday night. Good thrilling match this one should be. Only 2% have tipped the Hawks, but you never know. The Hawks could put up a good fight, and I reckon they will, definitely. But I think the Swans will be too strong with their home crowd advantage. I reckon they'll get over the line against the Hawks. And then moving on to the Saturday games. The first Saturday game at 4:15. I don't know if I like that or not. I think it should be a bit earlier. But Freo and Gold Coast at Optus Stadium. Oh, look, if we lose against the Suns, it is going to be a devastating loss, to say the least. I reckon we should get it done. Even if I wasn't a Dockers fan, I think I'd still have to tip the Dockers. The Gold Coast Suns coming off a bye, and then I'm not sure if they won the week before or not. I'm pretty sure they won it against the Hawks at the SCG, but I think at our home ground, if this one was at Metricon, however, I think we would have much less of a chance of winning this one. But I reckon with our injury list, this one could actually be a good game, because our injury list has stacked up so much. Hoping we get over the line, and I reckon we still will, so I'll tip the Dockers in that one. Moving on to the Saints and the Adelaide game, Kazali Stadium. That is an interesting choice of venue for this match, so it'll be a neutral venue for this matchup. St Kilda and Adelaide. I don't know how Adelaide play at Kazali's, and I don't know how the Saints play Kazali's, because I don't think they have really played there much. But I'm going to just go with the most percent of people. The Saints actually have been in some pretty good form over the past few weeks. Haven't been converting the games into wins, but they've still been in some pretty good form. They've been keeping up with the opponent in their matches, and I reckon they should beat the Crows, because the Crows coming off a loss against Collingwood at their home ground. I reckon the Saints should put up a good fight and get this one done. So 3 more games to go through. We got 2 Sundays and then the big Monday clash. It says at the MCG, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be at the SCG. But North Melbourne versus GWS at Blundstone Arena in, I think, Hobart, this one is. But you never know. You see, the Kangaroos play such good footy down in Hobart, but you would think GWS can't lose against North. That would be so embarrassing. But I'm going to say this now, I'm not going to be surprised if North win, because they played a really good brand of footy here against the Hawks a few weeks ago. They could definitely bring that footy back to the table and beat the Giants. Very high chance for them to beat them, but I'm going to say the Giants are going to win this one. I reckon, I don't know, I think they should get this comfortably done, but you never know, down at Blundstone Arena. Next up is the strange game that has been moved into the Sunday night, 7:20 p.m. on a Sunday, which isn't bad. Seems though it's a public holiday on the Monday for the Queen's birthday, but yeah, it's not a bad time slot actually, because we have a day off after. So West Coast, Richmond at Optus Stadium. A lot of people tipping Richmond for this one, but you don't know, because West Coast just lost against Adelaide. West Coast just lost against Essendon at their home ground. So this one's a difficult one to tip, probably one of the hardest ones of the round. It's a 50-50. Who am I going to go with? I'm going to go with Richmond, just because most percent of people have tipped them and the money is towards them as well. So we'll go with Richmond, but this one's a 50-50 game. It could be close, could even be a draw, who knows. And then moving on to the biggest game of probably the year, if I'm going to be honest. Apart from the grand final, this is a massive game. Like, if you take out the final series, this is probably one of the best games apart from Anzac Day. Like Anzac Day, maybe Easter Monday, and then the Queen's birthday. Like, those are all pretty big events. Yeah, no, you have to tip the D's in this one, you'd think. At the SCG, playing at a neutral venue again. I don't think the Pies are really strong enough to keep up with the D's, but I'm going to say this, I'm not actually going to be too surprised if Collingwood put up a good fight and get close to winning this one, because I feel like a lot of people could be underestimating the Pies at this stage in the year, but I'm still going to tip the D's just because they are in incredible form, top of the table. They should get it done, but you never know. So we'll submit the tips and we will quickly go over my rankings for round 12. So in Bit of Footy's tipping comp, I moved up 1 position, now in 28th position. In Cardia's comp, I moved down 4 positions, which isn't that bad. And then in the overall site, I moved up 2,328 positions, so pretty good in the overall tipping site to move up by that much. But thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe for the weekly tips. Hopefully some more content coming out throughout the week. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one.